Hello everyone and welcome to the Valorant in-depth series where today we're going to be talking about winning those rounds you probably shouldn't be winning. Today we're going to be talking about clutching. So we're going to go over mentality, awareness, and then I'm going to go to general little walkthrough things where I go over time management, map knowledge, post-plant scenarios, just all kind of stuff like that to try to help you get a visualization of what you should be thinking about in game. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Okay, so first things first, you have to be confident. You have to remember that you're better than your opponent. It doesn't matter who they are or how good they are. If you hit your shot first, you're going to win the fight. That's what I love so much about watching someone like Jason R. Jason R just oozes confidence. Like, he knows he's better than you, and he's going to swing mid every round, and he's just going to pressure you into fighting him or backing off. And if you're scared of the fight and you're not going to fight him, then he's going to take the entire map and you're not going to do anything about it. And if you are scared to fight him, but you fight him anyway, you're going to lose that fight because he's just pushing you and you're on your back foot. So you have to trust in your practice and preparation, swing on your opponents, and just click some heads. Don't be scared of the fight. Take the fight, because the only way to get better at fighting is actually doing it. So I will say, if you're clutching, don't be afraid of the clutch. Don't feel like you have to save every round just because you're outnumbered. Just go for the clutch because it's going to make you better in the long run. So next we have to talk about how to not be nervous. Nervousness can come from many things, like teammates, stage fright, adrenaline, self-loathing, you name it. But there are a few things you can do to counteract getting excessively nervous during a 1vx scenario. First and foremost, if you have trouble getting nervous in a clutch, say to your team, y'all ready to see this 1v5 or however many enemies are left. This puts you into a joking mindset and takes some of the pressure off. Because even if you lose the clutch, it's really not that big of a deal. You're supposed to lose it anyway. Second, you want to treat the clutch like a mini game or a challenge. The clutch isn't a game-breaking play that you have to pull off like it's life or death. If you make it work, then cool. If not, go on to the next round. Pretend the clutch is just another challenge and face it head on. Have that confidence, like I said, and just pretend it's something that's pretty insignificant. If you lose, you're supposed to lose. If you win, awesome. It's going to break down the other team's morale. It's a win-win situation because you're supposed to lose it and you have nothing to lose, so you have everything to gain. Finally, and most importantly, just breathe. If you have a strategy for breathing that works for you, then stick to it. But if you don't have a strategy, I recommend this. Breathing in for 4 seconds and then exhaling for 7 seconds is actually scientifically proven to lower your heart rate and reduce nervousness. This also gets rid of some of the excess adrenaline, which reduces the adrenaline shakes that you get, like when your arms and hands start to lock up whenever you make a quick play. And this also allows you to refocus and kind of bring yourself back down to earth. Finally, I have to talk about focus, because focusing is the most important part. You can go over your awareness and game plan, developing a plan, not being nervous and being overly confident, but most importantly, you just have to turn your brain off and play. This is called the flow state, and once you've developed that plan and where the enemies could be, you have to play instinctually, because this flow state is where you want to be. This is for faster reaction times, and you're going to clutch up more often. You can think about any major basketball player. They've probably said something about the flow state. Same thing with football players. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they all talk about the flow state. Phil Jackson actually taught this, religiously, the flow state and how to meditate. So you need to just be able to get in the game, get everything, settled down early on in the round. That way you can just turn your brain off and just play. Hit those headshots, focus on doing what you need to do mechanically, because everything else has been taken care of. Just turn your brain off and react instinctually. All right, so really quickly to end this video off, I wanted to go over like a general walkthrough to kind of talk about game sense and awareness, post-plant scenarios, time management, things like that. Just general knowledge about the game whenever you're going through to make your clutches a little easier. So you have to think about, so if I'm playing defender side, if I'm one person against 2, 3, 4, 5, however many, I have to think about what's going to be going through their minds. So if they're coming up C long, they kill my team, and for some reason they kill all my team and I'm rotating from A, then I have to think about, okay, where are they going to be planning from? They're coming from long. The standard plan is going to be right here. Technically default's right here. This is a terrible plant. Don't plant there. But most people are going to plant for long. Whenever you plant for long, it puts somebody in the long cubby for the most part. That's pretty much where they're going to play because it's the safest place. And then someone can also play garage. If they're going to plant a little deeper on the site, you can pretty much assume it's not going to be garage because it's kind of blocked off. Someone's going to be playing back plat or somewhere right there. But you have to look at where the bomb's planted, because as the terrorist or the attacker, I'm thinking about where can I plant the bomb and then go somewhere really quickly to be in a safe spot to hold the bomb from. So I'm planning right here. The safest place is long. because unless the CT is already up here, I can run back to long immediately. But if I'm playing solo attacker side and I plant for long and then I walk into garage, the enemy team's kind of thrown off, because if I can get tucked into garage in a corner, like right here essentially, then the enemy team will come clear garage. They're not going to clear it very heavily because they think I'm going to be playing long. And whenever they clear this, then I have free reign to kind of come back up and, you know, wait for the bomb to defuse. And then whenever the bomb starts being defused, I can kill him and or whoever's watching long for him. If someone tries to push up long, then obviously I get that kill as well. But all I'm saying is whenever you're planting, think about what the enemy team is going to think about whenever they see the bomb planted there. So when you plant for long, they think you're going to be playing long. Maybe try not to play long if you're in a 1v3 scenario. Try to play garage so you get two cheeky kills. And if you're playing C, you also have to play this little, I mean, if you're playing CT or defenders, you have to play that little mind game with the other team. So if you see it's planted for back plat, maybe don't even push up into sight, right? You can just try to take this, creep around a little bit, throw this here. Once that pops, you can clear your angles and then start holding the bomb. And then they have to come quickly out of garage, or you can just smoke off on top of bomb. That's another great thing to do. If the bomb's planted, just throw the smoke right on top of bomb and tap it. Make them force them to come push you a little bit. You can tap it and then get off of it, or just hold it, try to ninja defuse if you have utility. But yeah, you want to look at where the bomb's planted and then think about where the enemy is going to be the safest and the most efficient to get to a spot to protect it from. All right, and finally, let's talk about time management. So there are two standard scenarios for time management. It's really early after a bomb plant, and everyone's playing super aggressive, which is kind of the correct play. You obviously don't want to overpeak and be aggressive whenever you have the bomb planted, but it is very common to, you know, say you plant for long and you play really far up like this on CT, but as the round gets later and later, you're going to start falling back. You're going to go play long. You're just going to play to protect the bomb because it's more likely the bomb's actually going to explode. So as a CT player or a defender player or even an attacker player, you can kind of play around the knowledge of that. So say it's 1v3, it's very tough to just go on site Rambo mode and try to take it. So maybe one thing you could do is play CT and just play really long angles and check the most important spots and not actually commit to going on site and just hope you can get a pick. If you don't get a pick, then you back off, maybe you save, maybe not. But if you get that pick, you can let them start sweating it out. Usually what I'll do if I get a pick, you sit and wait. Listen for a rotate, see if you can get more information, because usually whenever someone dies on site, then someone from somewhere else has to come compensate for their lack of protection on site. So you get that pick and then you listen. As the round gets later and later, you want to start executing the site. But a great thing to do, say it's planted for back plat, you just smoke it off completely. That gets them really antsy. If you smoke off the bomb and then you go somewhere else, that's usually one of the best things you can do, because they're looking at the smoke, waiting on someone to go into it, because why else would you smoke off the bomb? You smoke off the bomb and then you start playing more aggressive, because they're playing really passive now and the bomb's smoked off. So they get really antsy and they have to get vision of the bomb. So you smoke off the bomb and you start playing aggressive. It really throws them off. That's one thing you can really do. But basically what you want to do is play around the time, know that they're going to play aggressive early and they're going to play really passive late, and use that to your advantage to over-rotate, re-rotate, go for picks early to just make it a little easier on yourself and get a little more information, things like that. Just use the time to your advantage, because you know they're going to play aggressive early and then play really safe late. Alright guys, thanks for watching. My Twitch is in the description if you want to check me out. Also, make sure you like and subscribe and comment your suggestions down below, because the most liked suggestions get added to the list. Also, I have the email for the VOD Review Friday stuff in the description. So if you have a VOD you want to review, just make sure you tell me your rank, 2 questions that you wanted me to focus on, and tell me a little bit about yourself. But other than that, thanks for watching guys. Peace out and have a nice day.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chilling, kicking it, kissed by